I just want to go over with you guys one of the ways that I was able to get my credit card spending habits under control. And it actually worked really well. It was something that came to me as an idea because I was getting to be a little bit too careless with my spending, and I was getting nervous. I was starting to be worried, sleep less at night. I had really high anxiety. I just wanted to be able to clear out my debt really, really quickly. And I didn't know how I was going to do that. So of course, my first idea was I need to go get a second job, or I need to make more income, with the job that I had. And that really wasn't the solution because I really wasn't even happy in that job that I had anyway. And if you guys follow along with my Be Passionate blog, then you kind of know my story. If you don't, I'll put a couple of links in this video so that you can see how that all started and how I got into my own business. But basically, me being in that first job, it was soul-sucking, and I basically was making minimum wage, making somebody else rich, helping his dreams come true, and not able to pay for college, not able to buy things that I needed, and really not passionate about my life. And so, I think I ended up getting a credit card because I thought, well, this is a way for me to go and enjoy my life, pay my bills, subsidize my spending. And it really was the worst idea I ever had. I do think that you can use credit cards to your advantage, and at the end of this video, I'm going to give you some tips for how to do that. But what I do want to say is that if you're in the position I was in with charging your credit cards and feeling anxiety and feeling nervous about your situation, then I'm going to give you a few tips. And the very first one I'm going to give you, which is what I did when I was having this issue, was I decided to halt all of my credit card spending. Now, that meant that it forced me to spend way less than I was spending. So I had to look at my budget. I had to create a budget. I didn't even have a budget then. But it forced me to get out all of my credit card bills and look at where I was spending my money and put my bills on a budget. And it forced me to really consider what things I wanted to spend money on and what things I didn't need. So the very first thing that I did was halt my credit card spending. Now, that might be easy in concept. You might think, okay, I can do that. I can just put my credit card on my desk or, tuck it away somewhere. And yeah, that could work, but you might be really tempted really fast to go grab that card and go spend on it. So what I did was I filled up a bag of water, I stuck my credit card inside, and I froze it. I stuck it in the freezer, and I put it underneath a bunch of things in my freezer, and I let it freeze. And as you can see, it's in a block of ice, and this is thawing because I thought it would be fun to show you guys. It takes a period of time for this to thaw out. And I have to say, it was the craziest thing that I've ever done to manage my spending habits because it was just getting to be too extreme for me. And so when I was able to do this, when I froze my credit card, what I noticed right away was anxiety, because it was like, oh my God, I don't have a credit card to go, and what am I going to do? Immediately I felt that, but then right after, maybe it took a week or two, I started to feel relief, because I knew I was creating a plan, and all I had to do was keep reminding myself of my plan, and that I wanted the goal to be able to pay down all of my credit card bills, get rid of all of my credit card debt. I wanted to be debt free. And so this gave me a respite. It gave me time to not only consider when I wanted to spend money, it made me slow down so that I could say, okay, do I really need to buy that thing? Because if I'm going to charge it to a credit card, it's going to take X amount of years to pay that off. And it's actually going to cost more than the actual sticker price. And it gave me a chance to understand how to really use credit cards. It took about a year to 2 years for me to fully understand how to really use them in the most positive way. And I would say to you to definitely give this a try, because I think it can change your life. And what you will most likely learn right away is that you don't really need all that stuff. You think it's going to satisfy you, but it really doesn't. And to feel like you have a plan, and that you feel good about that plan, and that you're on track with that plan, will actually give you more satisfaction than buying the stuff. So I want to suggest to you to give it a try. We're rolling into December soon. And I would say make this your New Year's resolution, or make it a goal for yourself for the year to say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take my credit cards and give myself a timeout and my credit cards, and give it a try and see if it actually works for you. And I would say that if you can, use your credit cards only for things that include learning. I always say that's okay. If you're going to be learning something, then it's adding value to you. And if you absolutely need something, like if it's an emergency, then use the credit card. Now, once you have weaned yourself off of credit cards, I want to give you guys my big tips for how to use them responsibly, because once you're able to get a handle on using your credit card, then you can use it. And basically, I use credit cards for everything now, but I make sure that I pay off the balance every month. So I do have a budget for myself. I only allow myself to spend that amount of money. And at the end of that month, I pay off the credit card balance in full. Whatever is the balance, I pay it off in full. And I also get rewards. So I would suggest to you to look into a card, and I'll give you suggestions. Just look in the links below. Look for a card that gives you high rewards, and use those cards, pay them off every month, get the reward, and cash it to your bank account. So get the cash and have it go right into your bank account so that you can use it only towards paying your credit card. Okay? Now, some people use their rewards for travel, If you have a goal of some sort, that's fine. You can use your rewards for really whatever you want. But I really suggest being responsible with your rewards and just pay off your card every single month. If you do this, you actually keep your credit rating really high. It's important to have revolving debt in your with the credit bureaus like Experian and TransUnion. You want to have revolving debt. So yes, you do want to have a credit card, but you want to make sure to pay it off every month. There's a lot of myths out there about, is it going to ding my credit if I pay it off? And no, it's good to charge to your credit card, a minimal amount, whatever that small amount is. It's good to do that because it shows the credit bureaus that you are responsible with, charging your card and then paying it off. So you do actually get a higher credit rating if you show that you have that kind of activity. Now, the other thing I want to say about credit cards is don't go and cut your cards up and delete them from your life and delete them from your account. You actually do more harm to your credit account, to the reporting agencies. It shows you don't want credit anymore. So it actually harms you because one of the things the credit reporting agencies looks at is your credit history. And so the longer that you have a card, it actually gives you a higher credit rating. So if you've had a card for say 5 years, don't just go and cut it up because you're basically cutting up 5 years of history. So I want to make sure to point that out too. Be responsible. Find a way to teach yourself. And I'm just using this as an example for you guys. You don't have to do what I do, but come up with something that works for you. And if you have an idea that you've used, please share it in the comments below to teach others and share with others. That's what this is all about. I love when you guys comment and ask questions and share because that's how we all learn. So please go ahead, and if you enjoyed this video, definitely subscribe. And if you have any more ideas for videos, if you have any ideas of things that you'd like to see, please go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Okay? Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and have a good holiday and a very good New Year's. All right? Thanks. Bye.